What's going on, guys? Shadow Knight here. I'm bringing you guys another video of me talking about Mortal Kombat. And I know it's been a while of me talking about Mortal Kombat topic video. This video will be uploaded is now March on a Monday, right? The first Monday of March. So if you guys really think about it, there is the M in March and an M on a Monday and an M on Mortal Kombat. So I try to put all M together, you know. So every Monday it will now be considered as a Monday Kombat. Basically because every Monday I will be uploading video of talking about Mortal Kombat. But this month it's gonna be every 2 weeks, and then maybe next month, Michael will be trying to have a video ready every single Monday. So yeah, that's what I gotta say before we get into the video, which I am gonna get into the video now. Before we get further into the ranking, or I even get into about any Mortal Kombat film, I want to point out that there will be major spoil ahead. Not a lot, since I'm trying to help the new audience attention to learn more about the franchise for the first time and have them to actually experience everything on their own for the first time. So that's why I say that there's not a lot of spoil alert, but just be prepared that there will be some. Based on where I rank each film, I will give a quick review and recap along with the pro and con. This is because I watched each of the film again and again and again for the purpose of this video. Okay, so only Mortal Kombat titles that have been created at the home film or theater project could be part of this ranking system. Mortal Kombat The Journey Begin will count as a single film because it was released at the home VHS. That's the reason why I count it as film, because it was created at the home film. Starting off with number 7, we have Mortal Kombat The Journey Begin, which was released on August 29th, 1995. This movie was actually released like almost 10 days after the original live action film that was released on August 18, 1995. This is actually a classic VHS where it had cheat code from the original Mortal Kombat 3 arcade game. At that time, I didn't know what was the cheat code until I got older, and I actually attempt to try those same cheat code on the Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection Edition. Those cheat codes still work for Ultimate 3, just so if you guys want to try that out. During my early childhood, I even noticed that there was a lot of cringy moment and reused the scene. And when I say cringy moment, I'm actually talking about the 3D animation. The 3D animation and the character model, they were so cringy. I was like so scared of them because I was like, I hardly recognize them from the Mortal Kombat game, but I could see where they're coming from. So if this was supposed to be Shang Tsung or Kung Lao or Sub-Zero or Scorpion, if they were trying to say that that's what this character is, I'm able to see that. But when I look at it really closely to it, it looks so ugly and cringy that I can't stare at it like more than 3 seconds. That's how cringy it is to me. But it's still part of my childhood. It still got a special place in my heart. But in the end of the credit scene, there is the bio for each character known as the Bible card. So basically tell you a little bit more about each character and their backstory and who they are. Especially giving a little bit more detail than the original Mortal Kombat game did. Kind of like the same way where you see like how in the original Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 where there's a Bible card for every single character. Well, this movie also has something like that, but it's actually a lot different than what we see in the video game. So this is actually a really short film. It's more, I think it was 44 minutes. Or 45 minutes. It's less than an hour, alright? So it's a short film. There's not really a lot to discuss about this film because what this movie is all about, it's basically the same thing what happened in the original live action, literally just the boat scene. Only the boat scene where the Earth Defender meet each other for the first time. They meet Raiden for the first time. They're getting to learn about the Mortal Kombat and what it is and what the tournament is all about. And then right in the end of that the Mortal Kombat The Journey Begin, right in the end of it, that's technically when Mortal Kombat The Tournament actually began. So that's the reason why this short film won't have any pro or con, since there's not a lot to talk about. Or if you guys want a pro and con, the pro is that it got a special place in my heart and it will always be well loved from me. And the con will be that the character model was so damn ugly and cringy. Coming into number 6, we have Mortal Kombat Legend, The Battle of the Realm, released in August 31st of 2021. This film came out in 5 months right after the Mortal Kombat 2021 live action movie came out, which gave me more Mortal Kombat stuff to watch at my first house when I first came out of living at my parent house. I didn't know that there were going to be another Mortal Kombat Legend film, which is this film is what I'm talking about, up until the last few weeks before the release date. When I learned when the release date was gonna be, I put that on my calendar and I went to Walmart on that very same day and I picked up the copy, which I also got a Blu-ray with the one that come with the digital copy. That way I can watch it wherever I want to, and I have a digital copy, you know. So I got it from Walmart and I was able to watch it for the first time. The pro for this film is that I enjoyed the film more than I did the first film, which is the Mortal Kombat Legend, the Scorpion Revenge. But I still feel like this film was actually rushed since the film was based on Mortal Kombat 2 all the way to Mortal Kombat 4, which I'm including Mortal Kombat 2, 3, and 4, the video game. As the first film was basically only based on the very first Mortal Kombat game and the first Mortal Kombat live action because, you know, they kind of reused a certain scene from the original live action, but they still remade it, you know? Since I'm a big fan of the Scorpion versus Sub-Zero storyline from the lore, this film also included the Cyber Ninja, which includes Direct Sector and Cyber Smoke. Even though Smoke was, we were able to see Smoke at the human form and cyber form, which I actually feel appreciated for that. But I was still feel appreciated for them showing the Sub-Zero versus Scorpion and also versus the Cyber Ninja, even though they were nowhere near a tournament that was actually taking place in Outworld. I even enjoyed watching Raiden being able to fight, where the Mortal Kombat 2021 film, the live action, Raiden didn't even do much besides teleporting Jane Tun away back to Outworld, and that he talked too much. Other than that, he didn't really do too much, but in this film, in the exact same year, I'm really glad that I'm able to see Raiden do a lot more, and especially because he have to give up his title at the Elder God. He's immortal now, which now he's able to fight in the this Mortal Kombat tournament that's taking place in Outworld, which this whole movie is basically based on Mortal Kombat 2. That's what the tournament is about. It's taking place at Mortal Kombat 2, and then the merging part took place at Mortal Kombat 3, and then the part where Shinnok, which is the reason why Sub-Zero, we have Sub-Zero and Scorpion, is because they're the one who's responsible for having Shinnok back in this film. It's not really Sub-Zero and Scorpion fault, but it's the Lung Kuang fault. Thanks to the Lung Kuang Grandmaster, who decided to work for Shinnok and didn't even fucking know who he was working for until the last fucking second. And because of that, he got all the damn Cyber Ninja killed. We won't see them again, but I will hope to see Triboard. But get back in track. And also, the con, this is the second time in a row, less than a full year, that we saw Kung Lao. Debuted it in the film universe, which is the Mortal Kombat 2021 live action film and the Mortal Kombat Legend universe. Those two universe, he was debuted for the first time this year, or in 2021, and he was killed off at the exact same fucking movie. 2 times, less than a year. That's one con. This is the second time that it happened. This film was the second time that it happened, where they debuted Kung Lao and they killed him off. But they didn't just simply kill him off. They actually kill him brutally. Another reason is another con is that it kind of sucked to see the fact that Scorpion was nerfed compared to how he was in the first film. But I guess it would only though he would be able to fight against the Cyber Ninja and Sub-Zero at the same time. But I still also feel like Sub-Zero was kind of weak compared to Bihan. But he's not technically that weak at Sub-Zero because he managed to fight off fucking corrupt Shinnok by running up his arm or leg or some shit like that. And along with Scorpion But they both still got nerfed just to be even off against to be basically the same power level against the Cyber Ninja, which is Cyrax Sector and Cyber Smoke. I guess that's the only reason why I could think of why they were nerfed, because other than that, I know Scorpion could have murked all three of them at the same time and giving Sub-Zero a hard time. Because supposedly Scorpion and Sub-Zero, they're supposed to be even in power level. Sub-Zero seemed to be even with Scorpion, right? Even though when they fought against each other, they were like going back and forth. But then until the Cyber Ninja come along, that's when they both like having a hard time against the Cyber Ninja. But I kind of feel like he is actually far weaker than how Bihan would in the first Mortal Kombat Legend, because he was able to put up a deadly blow again from Scorpion. But I still feel like Bihan is now actually weaker in the Mortal Kombat Legend universe. But before we moving on, I want to point out that why would the Charakan, however you say Paraka race, his family, his ancestor, whatever. Why would they going after Liu Kang family in the very beginning of the movie? Only reason why I asked that is because I have wrote note watching every single movie. Like I watch all the Mortal Kombat movie, right? Multiple times. I pause each, like every 5 minutes. I've been pausing the movie just for me to write everything down that I see in the notes, right? I wrote every little detail every time I watch the movie, right? Not one time they mentioned why they were going after Liu Kang family, and they never really explained that they were just only going after Liu Kang, but because Raiden protected him and stuff like that, somehow he became the chosen one. They didn't really explain that, so that's why I kind of feel like that's like a plot hole or something. And it's part of the con for this film. But that's all I gotta say for this number 6 film. Moving on to number 5. Coming into number 5, we have Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Before we move on, I already know that I mispronounced that I spent the last 4 minutes trying to fix it, pronounce it right, and all that, but then I can't. I'm moving on. Here are the subtitles that I'm trying to pronounce, but it can't really pronounce. Here it is. Released it in November 21st of 1997. This film is a classic film to me and will always be in a special place in my heart, because this is the first Mortal Kombat movie I have seen when I was young, after playing the original Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 arcade game back when I was living in Berwyn, Illinois. And then I got to learn a little bit more about Mortal Kombat, seeing this movie before seeing the first live action movie. My family actually had both of the films, so I was able to watch both of the Mortal Kombat films, even though I didn't even know that there was the animation animation show on the Mortal Kombat Defender of the Realm. And also at that time, I didn't know about Mortal Kombat The Journey Begins up until a couple years later. But up to this day, I have not seen Mortal Kombat The Defender of the Realm. I'm looking for a copy, but I want a physical copy, so I can add it in my collection and actually watch it for the first time. I try to watch it on YouTube, but they don't have every episode. And that's because of all that. That's what got me wanting to know more about Mortal Kombat. And Sub-Zero was the main reason why he made me my favorite fighter. Is because of like how cool he was, especially with the scar, and the way how he was fighting against Scorpion. And then other than that, he just disappeared, right? So, and I wanted to know more about it. And then I found out the first one, and then go on from there and grow up. And he's still my favorite fighter. So for the pro, when I was a child, I liked it how there was a lot more fight compared to the first Mortal Kombat film. And also when I was in my late adult, it's still a classic film with a special place in my heart. But overall, I enjoy watching this film, even though I watched this movie over 5,000 times in my entire whole life cycle. Should I say life cycle or lifetime? I'm gonna cut that part off and say lifetime. For the con, when I was a teen, I actually noted and realized that each scene was cringe and it had a bad editing. Mainly, what I'm mainly talking about is the CGI, and because they reused some of the scene only, and I'm talking about like only like 2 or 3 scenes. Like one of the scenes was with Rain fell down in the fire pit, right? And then later on in the movie, Baraka fell down in the exact same fire pit, but when you redeem the scene, it was actually Rain fell in the fire pit again. So that that reused scene. That's what I'm talking about. And another con will be at when I was in my early adult. I came to notice that the storyline could have been a lot better with a better script, and if it was directed better for the editor to actually edit everything correctly for properly for the first time. And I mean, like, look how the very first one came out 2 years prior this movie came out, which this movie came out in 1997 and the first live action came out in 1995, and that movie had a lot better scene, a lot better fighting scene, a lot better CGI, a lot better everything than this movie had, even though this movie had a more budget. Moving on to the next one. But yet, this movie still have a special place in my heart, and I will always recommend this movie to everybody who's really into Mortal Kombat, because this is a classic. Tell me not. Coming out to number 4, we have Mortal Kombat Legend Snowblind, which was released on August 11, 2022. This film has some of the most unexpected epic moments. For example, the duel of Sub-Zero and Scorpion after Sub-Zero summoned him from hell because he had to use a dagger and burn his house for some fucking reason. This film even took place years after the second Mortal Kombat Legend film, which is Mortal Kombat Legend: The Battle of the Realm. We were able to notice this because in the very first scene of this film, we were able to see a statue of Liu Kang, and then it was taken down. And then we never heard of any of the Earthrealm Defender or see any Easter egg about them besides Liu Kang. That's it. So that's how we know that it took place after Mortal Kombat Legend 2. Even though this movie is mainly about Kenshi, right? His original backstory took place before the first Mortal Kombat game came out, right? But in this Mortal Kombat universe, Kenshi is actually a lot younger than the Mortal Kombat lore Kenshi would be. Because now this Kenshi technically kind of like in his early adult age or middle age. And he got the same backstory and everything as he did for the original, which I feel like Kenshi backstory that we all grew up in knowing him. Shang Tsung was the one who actually blind Kenshi. That storyline and everything actually fit a lot perfect in this film than it did in the original Mortal Kombat lore film, where Kenshi is a lot older and blah blah blah. He already have a kid, blah blah blah. Pro, though, I think that's actually one of the first pro about this movie, that Kenshi storyline fits so perfect into this storyline a lot better than having it started pre Mortal Kombat 1 game. King Kato was a badass, and his storyline and personality fits so much perfect for the robotic Kato character. Speaking of King Kato, the Black Dragon clan were awesome as the main threat for, after the 10th Mortal Kombat, the Earth Defender passing, knowing that like I said earlier, that we don't know how, but we already know that all of the Earth Defender somehow already died, right? So now the Black Dragon are the biggest threat now, that there's nobody strong enough to stop them, right? So that and the Black Dragon was the perfect opportunity to pick at the main threat for this movie at the villain, and having King Kato as like the main villain or the main final boss. At least this film went higher than Battle of the Realm. It had like 3 different storylines fit into one, which is the reason why I feel like that movie would actually feel rushed, because it was based on Mortal Kombat 2, 3, and 4. This movie have a lot of Easter eggs and almost like everything, which I'm not gonna get into it, but here's one example. There you are. The first time I seen that scene, I was like, no fucking way, no fucking way. And then the next thing after that, it was just so much, like, so unexpected. I did not think of any of that was to happen, right? So that's why I kind of like ranked this movie higher than Battle of the Realm, because it has so much unexpected epic moment, right? But now let's get into the con, because that's all the pro that I had. But the con is that Raiden isn't really mentioned in this movie at all, or neither of the Earthrealm Protector. Therefore, maybe Raiden and the Earth Protector are actually dead right after the Mortal Kombat Battle of the Realm. You try to say Mortal Kombat Legend Battle of the Realm. They never really explained exactly what was going on at the very last scene of the film, where Sub-Zero was teleported away to hell along with Scorpion, because all Sub-Zero said was that now it's your turn to gather new Earth Protector and Defender to protect the realm, and teleported away. Can't she just walk away to the sunset? Credit scene. No fucking explanation. I would like to know what's next. I hope the next Mortal Kombat Legend, the Cage family, I hope, or the Cage match, that's what it was. I think that's what it's called, the Cage match. They better have some explanation to do. But at the same time, I kind of feel like that movie, it's going to take place before Mortal Kombat Legend Snowblind. But I want to get more into it, but let's go on to the next one, to number 3. Coming into number 3, we have Mortal Kombat Legend Scorpion Revenge, released on April 14, 2020. This film came out in 2020, which was the same year when I first moved out to my own spot, right? And actually ended with the same year when we were in the lockdown, which was the perfect time for me to be able to watch the film the way I wanted to, which was to watch it while I was being truly relaxed and being able to enjoy the film with peacefully, which I really did enjoy this movie, because this movie was the animated movie. It had a lot of action, and the storyline was actually a really good storyline, right? And then this was the first Mortal Kombat animated film. It came out a lot better than we all expect. One of the pros, we have some of the pro here. The best part of the film was the opening scene and the kill spree scene with Hanzo and fighting off against the Liu Kang. And then the next scene is where we see Hanzo fighting off against the demon, and he became Scorpion. But man, oh man, I even liked the fact that I was able to see that Liu Kang wasn't the true Mortal Kombat champion, because Scorpion never was beaten by Liu Kang. He was never defeated by Liu Kang. Scorpion only forfeited because he never cared about the damn Mortal Kombat tournament. He was only going after Quan Chi. So, in my head, I really see that I'm glad to see not to see Liu Kang as the true Mortal Kombat champion in this Mortal Kombat universe. Another con is that I dislike Sub-Zero versus Scorpion fight, because the fact of Scorpion didn't even have enough screen time to shine and to kind of build his character. Where he only appeared 2 times in this movie. In the very beginning of the movie, which was not the real Bi-Han or Sub-Zero, because it was Quan Chi, and then we got to see him again later, almost toward the end of the movie, and it was only less than 5 fucking minutes. 5 minutes. That's it. He's gone. Bye bye. That's the con, because my boy didn't get enough screen time to shine. Why Scorpion and Hanzo had all the fucking film, and even though this is his film. But they should have thrown in a little bit more characterization for Bi-Han, especially since he never killed Hanzo clan or family, which they could have do an opportunity like what they did in Mortal Kombat 9, where Bi-Han said that it wasn't him that killed him, right? That killed his family. And from there, it got Hanzo or Scorpion feeling some type of way. As in, no, I killed the wrong person. He was telling me the truth. And stuff like that. Okay, yeah, that's one. I don't know. I don't know. I just wish they added some characterization for Bi-Han. I also didn't like how they never really showed or explained how Shaq and the Special Force were caught, which was right before the tournament even began, making it feel like it was only meant to build up Shaq's character before the second one, because we didn't see any of the Special Force member up until the very end when they got released. But why would Shaq was the one that only got his arm ripped off? I don't know. They didn't really explain it or any of that, but they just went on with it. But other than that, that's what I got. Mortal Kombat 3 Legend Scorpion Revenge is number 3. Coming into number 2 is the Mortal Kombat 2021 live action, released on April 18, 2021. They did the third live action, and to me, by far the best live action, man, in my opinion, because I already know I'm gonna get a lot of hate with it. But my reason is because of how powerful Sub-Zero was, and the Sub-Zero in this film is Bihan, which what I was just complaining about the number 3 spot. Now my boy got a lot of screen time here, and Scorpion didn't. I get that karma. But even when this movie ended, I realized that this film wasn't really actually a Mortal Kombat film, because there was never a Mortal Kombat tournament to begin with, and I didn't notice that until the second time I watched this movie. Because I was just mainly focused on every, like, the subtitle, right? I put subtitle. I have to read the subtitle first in order to hear everything what they say, and then I watch it again and see everything. And then I kind of noticed that there was no tournament because I was distracted by the subtitle. But this is the film that actually got me to sign up for the HBO Max to be able to stream it and watch it when it first came out. Because I didn't want to go to the movie theater because I was working at the job that I had. I worked late night and I wasn't gonna have time to watch it and shit like that. But I signed up for it right before the Conference of Godzilla even came out, and that was the first movie I actually watched. And then this Mortal Kombat film came out. This was the second movie I seen on HBO Max. In this movie, Goro was never stated to be the Mortal Kombat champion, but he faded away along with Bihan, who was also killed by Cole. Kind of make me think that Cole had something to do with their killing and for them disappearing away, where maybe now in the next film, both Bihan is gonna return as new Cyborg and Goro is gonna become as somebody else that we don't even know, because why only them two got faded away or teleported away? We don't know by what or who, because it was just black smoke. But they both were killed by Cole Young. So we think that they're gonna be someone in the next film that's gonna actually be a Mortal Kombat champion, because the next film will actually have a Mortal Kombat tournament. So once I get a hint of who that's gonna be, I will make a video on that. Well, I'm gonna make another video too on the Mortal Kombat film. And I have so many Mortal Kombat videos that I'm gonna work on and want to get into, and they're all gonna be fresh concept because I have not posted any of it and I have not recorded any of that, and I did a lot of research into all this before I did any of it. And I've been through a lot, and I was pretty busy planning with a lot of planning. So yeah, stay tuned for all that. But the pro for this film, I like it, the special effect in this film. It was so perfect, solid. Way better than Mortal Kombat 2, the 1997 live action. But this special effect is not like super great against the 1995 live action, because I like it, the 1995 the special effect a lot more than the 2021 live action film, because the 1995 version, they were mainly using practical effect, right, which make it more realistic. Where all the this film was mainly CGI, and that's why I say that it has the best special effects, but it's not gonna outcome the 1995 version special effect. Bihan, who became Sub-Zero, which is my favorite fighter, it was a fucking beat, and I have a hint. I'm gonna give you guys a hint that the next video that I'm actually working on right now, and will actually be a new series for this Mortal Kombat topic video, which is gonna be called the strongest version yet. Meaning, like Sub-Zero, then he's my favorite character. He's gonna be the first one of the series that I'm gonna do. The best example, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write down every single version of Sub-Zero that we know from every single universe, or every Mortal Kombat universe, even both versions of Sub-Zero, and including the Sub-Zero that was in Mortal Kombat Conquest. All those Sub-Zero, I'm gonna put them together against each other, and I'm gonna go over and see which version was actually the strongest one. And I have a feeling that the Sub-Zero from this Mortal Kombat universe is actually by far the strongest Sub-Zero we know yet. But I might be wrong because I haven't finished doing my full research yet. But that's just a little hint. Another pro is that I like the fact that they actually had all the original 7 fighter. And not only the 7 fighter, the boss, and hidden character, which is, I'm talking about Raiden, Goro, Shang Tsung, Reptile, Sonya Blade, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Johnny Cage, Liu Kang, and Kato. With that's one thing they got right? Or am I wrong? Now let's get into the con. One of the con of this film is that that I didn't like the fact that this movie didn't even have any of the Mortal Kombat tournament to begin with for it to be called Mortal Kombat. It could have called something else like Mortal Kombat Conquest or something to kind of like build up toward the 10th Mortal Kombat tournament that we all know from the original one. And another con is the fact that they came up with the random ass idea for Ko Young to even have Scorpion Dagger in order to free him, aka summon him from hell, and then Scorpion disappear. They didn't really explain more about that. I hope Ko Young doesn't have to keep using the dagger in order to summon him. The all Ko Young had to do is put his blood in the dagger and then it free Scorpion. I don't know. I hope the next one they really explain more about that. That's the reason why that idea is in the con section. And the last con of this film is the fact that Sonya killed Kano off way too soon, because we not only me but everybody in the Mortal Kombat tournament community wanted him to see him in the next Mortal Kombat tournament or the next Mortal Kombat film. But then he's dead. Maybe he's not gonna come back. But I have a feeling he will be back, because and if you guys look at the movie, he was stabbed in the exact same eye where he had the metal, right? He have to get that shit replaced, and then he have to be alive, because there's no, I don't know. I'll make another video on that to see if he's really dead, but stay tuned for that, guy. That's another topic video I want to get into in the future. We're getting to the last one now, to number 1 spot. And finally, coming into number 1, we have the original Mortal Kombat from the 1995 live action, released on August 18, 1995. This is the OG classic film, because this is the first live action film or any type of film or medium for the Mortal Kombat franchise, created throughout the entire 90, right? Even though the game came out in 1992, and 3 years later they made a live action film, and then before they started making the Conquest, the series, and then there was the Defender of the Realm cartoon series, and then go on from there. There's not really much for me to talk about this movie, besides that this is a classic film. It's pretty much, really much the main Mortal Kombat lore story that we all know of, where Sonya, Liu Kang, and Chani, how they all met for the first time on the boat, how they all got to learn more about the Mortal Kombat tournament from Raiden, and starting to learn that Outworld people are attacking the Earth Realm before the tournament or outside the match, and because they learned that they're actually trying to be stopped from winning the 10th tournament that the Outworld need, right? So that's all. That was what included at the Mortal Kombat lore, and what we all know of, because every time they kind of explain that scene or that moment before the first Mortal Kombat that we all know, they always show that boat scene. So, and the aftermath, the fact that Liu Kang was the one who defeated Shang Tsung, but the original thing that Liu Kang beat Goro, but in this movie, Johnny Cage beat Goro. Now, some of the pros that I have for this film is the fact that even though this movie was released in the mid-90s, the special effect was a lot better than the second one, the 1997 live-action film. This film had a lot better special effect than that movie did, because they used it more practical effects. I might be wrong, but the way I see it, growing up, I was able to see that this 1995 live-action was able to... It had more practical effect, where the 1997 live action had more CGI special effect. Another pro is I will always remember the fact that Liu Kang was never the Mortal Kombat tournament champion, because Goro was actually the champion before Johnny Cage made him fall off the cliff, making Johnny Cage the new champion. But having Liu Kang defeated Shang Tsung, that doesn't really mean anything, but only to piss off Shang Kahn, because it told him right in his face and slap him in the face and tell him, hey, guess what? Earthrealm got the champion now. Y'all lost the 10th champion. Now you got to do the whole 10 Mortal Kombat tournament in a row again. Pissing Shang Kahn off that you have to wait another 500 years or some shit like that. Those were some of the pro. And I think another pro for this film is the fact that this movie is so classic that almost every scene is so memorable. Now let's get into the con. Some of the con is that one part that I wish they could have done more or just explain it a little bit better was why was both Scorpion and Sub-Zero like at the team working for Shang Tsung? Look like were they like brainwashed, or were they actually there to actually take down, well, to do their job like how the original Mortal Kombat 1 video game had their backstory at, where Sub-Zero purpose to work for Shang Tsung was so he can assassinate him, and Scorpion was there in the tournament to get his revenge on Sub-Zero for killing him when he was Han Solo years ago. So those are the pro and con and what I have for this Mortal Kombat tournament, because this Mortal Kombat 1995 film, it have a special place in my heart, and it will every single Mortal Kombat movie, the original, every single one of them have a special place in my heart. Rather they were good or bad, even though I talked too much shit about the second live action film, but that movie still got a special place in my heart because at least they brought me more fight than the first one did. So that's what I have for this film. Well, that was the my Mortal Kombat ranking for each Mortal Kombat film and all Mortal Kombat film. But let me go over the list again real quick. Number 7, we have Mortal Kombat: The Journey Begins. Number 6, we have Mortal Kombat Legend: The Battle of the Realm. Number 5, we have Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I need to fucking learn how to pronounce that correctly. Number 4, Mortal Kombat Legend: Snowblind. Number 3, Mortal Kombat Legend: Scorpion Revenge. Number 2, Mortal Kombat, the 2021 live action. And finally, number 1, the Mortal Kombat 1995 live action. Tell me what you guys think about my list. Do you guys agree or disagree? Tell me what's your Mortal Kombat ranking for each film and why would you rank it. If you can, if you guys want to explain your reason why, just like I had to explain my reason why the 2021 live action film would actually rank up to the number 2 spot, higher than most of all the other movie, right? Even though a lot of people hated that movie, but at least I explained my reason. I gave my reason. But here's the post that I made a while ago when I first created this first draft script, where I asked a Mortal Kombat fan from the Mortal Kombat community on Facebook, asked them which Mortal Kombat film they like it the most. Here's the poll. As you guys can see, there's Mortal Kombat 1, the 1995 version, live action film, actually take the number 1 spot as well too. Now that I already got this film out of the way, I kind of thought about doing a live like the TV series where we have the Mortal Kombat Legacy, Mortal Kombat Defender of the Realm, and Mortal Kombat Conquest. Those 3 series, I'm probably thinking about doing the ranking for those series as well. And then I will also have another series where I'm coming up talking about the strongest Sub-Zero versus out of every Sub-Zero that we know of, like the strongest version of Sub-Zero. So stay tuned for those videos. So I hope you guys like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this, because there will be a lot more fresh new videos, especially since the announcement of Mortal Kombat 12 being confirmed, coming out later this year. That's the main reason why I'm trying to gather all this Mortal Kombat video and get them all out now for March. And yeah, go on from there. So I hope you guys shared it at video as well too, and to help the Mortal Kombat community to grow, because I would like the Mortal Kombat community to grow so we can get more Mortal Kombat stuff, because I feel like it's time for Mortal Kombat to shine again. Yeah, I hope you guys like, share, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about my my list, and let me know what's your list down in the comment section below. So yeah, until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video, because Shadow Knight is signing out. Peace!